So who are you and what's your school?
My name is Brian Walton. I'm the head teacher of Brookside Academy in Street in Somerset.
And why did you want Opal in your school in the first place?
I think in my kind of research and thinking around, I'd seen what was happening outside and around and about play, and through that I got in contact with you guys at Opal. And it was just something I didn't really know what I was getting into, if I was really honest at the time. I just thought someone would come around and set up play and say, hey, you just need to do this and you need to do that and buy this and buy that. So it was kind of a bit of a shock when you actually come out, and then we went through the audit and we went through it in detail. But it was just something I felt stale and forced out there. It didn't feel natural, and I knew that actually with the children being more in control of their play, it would become much more their playtime than ours.
And what's been the impact?
Oh, it's been huge actually. Thinking back to, as a head teacher, there's typical things like health and safety things, that we were getting quite a high number of instances, small cramped spaces. We weren't using the whole of our grounds. Small cramped set bases, bumped heads, bashes and those kind of things. That's dropped, significantly. The children are a lot happier, so they don't come in with problems to the teachers. Therefore, the teachers are a lot happier because they're not dealing with at the beginning of registration in the afternoon. Right, 4 or 5 issues. That's almost wiped out completely. But there are some clear factors that we can look at. So we have the PASS survey, as I've said. So that goes on, and that looks into everything from whether we like school or whether we don't like school, and I can look at that in a quantitative sort of way, and they've become much more positive since we've been doing Opal over the 18 months. And I feel that the time children have outside of the classroom is a massive factor on how they feel in schools. The other things that we've seen in the children is far more positive attitudes around school, in classroom. We've got kind of our own behaviour systems. There's been a drop in that over time as well, particularly around dinner times where I can have a whole load of children waiting outside my office to talk through issues. It's non-existent, it doesn't happen anymore. I think there's another factor as well that, the teachers feel this strongly. Again, how you quantify it is that the children come in like they've had a break, like they've had a lunchtime. They come in talking about it, they come in infusing about it, and therefore they're able to settle down to work, and the teachers will say very quickly that they're ready to settle down to work. Now, we know that the quicker children are on task, the better their opportunities and their outcomes, the more they're focused on their work in the classroom, rather than worrying about he said, she said, or falling out around. So we kind of know that the time that they're spending on their work in the afternoons is far more productive. There's no doubt about that.